Alright, hello gamers. Welcome back to another video. We are going to be looking at a replay and specifically with this tank, the EBR 105. Definitely probably my favorite light tank in the whole game. It's good, it's got good gun, it's quick, it can pretty much adjust to any situation. Unless if you're like being proxied in a corner or something like that, you know what I mean? Then you're kind of just screwed. Unless if you have bushes to work around. But right now, we are playing on Malinovka. This is one of my favorite maps in the game. And I always go here in the beginning because you get tons of spotting. You can spot pretty much everything that comes your way. And yeah, you literally spot pretty much everything for the most part. You just have to be careful when you come up along here. The second you see the enemy light tank, you have to stay kind of close down to the dip. If they also have an EBR, because you don't know where he's going to turn up. But the enemy EBR does a very interesting play there. So far we've spotted 2 tanks. Not too bad. I was hoping to get maybe some more, but yeah, this is a great position. You just see right through the bushes. Of course, we have CVS optics and low noise exhaust as well, and that helps us to really outspot our opponents. Of course, they've got 2 light tanks themselves. They've got a T100 and an EBR. The T100 was last spotted up north, so for the moment we're pretty comfortable where we are. The enemy lights haven't tried to counter us at all from this position, and if they do, we will see them coming, and it will give us, the second we see them, like if they were, for example, to poke where the WZ is, then we would then have to run away that very second, and we'd have to run away alongside the river, and we can get down to the dip where we would be safe. We would probably take a shot in return. We would get shot once, I believe, at least. And if we got spotted, it wouldn't be good because the WZ and the Patton and the T95 would shoot us as well. So at the moment, the main thing we do is just be patient, let the team play it out. We've got a Leopard, we've got an FE, and we have a Hori behind us. And of course, we have our platoon mate Stir, who's behind us. Unfortunately, though, because their light tanks were very aggressive in the beginning, they did end up spotting Drats, and unfortunately, he did die. So we did lose our arty support, which is kind of a problem, because Drats will shoot anyone pretty much you want, and that's why we let him play arty. But at the moment, like I said, best thing to do is just let our TDs play out. We did see their enemy 105, and we still do have to be careful because the T100 has not been spotted yet, and that can be a bad thing. Of course, we are getting yellowed by the Patton. FE does hit his shot, and this is how you safely exit whenever you get yellow like that. Very lucky I didn't get spotted sooner, but because I angled myself properly behind the bushes, I got spotted after I fired, and within the dip there, you are safe. We did see the AMX, of course, and we do hit that blind shot, as you see towards the end of the game. We do get lit again because the enemy EBR is poking. Kind of a risky shot, but it pays off. We don't get punished for it, thankfully. I'm going to try to go back and see what I can do here. I can't really do much for the middle. It's just, there's just too much of a line of fire there along. Can you guys see my mouse? Yes, you guys. Okay. But yes, there's a line of fire where our Leopard and our T100 is, and that's a very bad thing. So I can't really do much in the north. I can maybe spot for A line if they push, but we already have a T100 up there. So there's no need for me to do that when I can just sit here in the south. I want to stay fairly far away from these guys because I don't want to risk getting spotted, but I am safe here. I'm going to look around the bushes and check my angles, make sure that they're good. Of course, the T95 does get lit, and our team does not hit any of the shots, unfortunately. Kind of a bad thing. But like I said, main thing here is just to be patient, let it play out, and this is where things are starting to get really, really interesting. Of course, we don't have anyone that can really help from the angles that I'm spotting at, unless if maybe they have shots on FE. I don't want to fire yet. I was considering it, but firing would be a mistake. Because if the pattern peaks up close enough, or if that T100 is close enough, he will spot me. And it's not worth the risk, especially when we already have vision in the south, and that's exactly what we need at the moment to see where they're pushing. The T100 is still alive in the north, and that's a very good thing. Again, there's no reason for me to fire right now. I want to try to let my allies do the work if possible. I only want to fire when absolutely necessary. With that, we did spot the Conqueror. He is pushing up. The T100 didn't spot him because he's down there. He's been down there for the last couple seconds longer, so I know he wasn't able to spot that. But if that T100 does poke or does make a mistake, we should spot him as well. And so staying alive right now is the important thing, and we do get that spotting, as you see, from the FE. Unfortunately, he does low roll, but he does punish that Conqueror for being in the open, which is good. I do keep lighting the FE, which is nice, because knowing where he is very important, because if one of our guys gets spotted, they know roughly where the FE is. And yeah, this is where things start to get dangerous here. So because we are losing the north now, from where the T100 and the S-Conk and TVP is, it is kind of dangerous crossfire for my team, as well as where the enemy T95 and Patton are. They do thankfully kill the T100, so that is huge. So they no longer have eyes, which means we still do it because I am still alive. And that's why it's so crucial to stay alive, because if the enemy has a scout and one team doesn't, that is a huge disadvantage. This is where we can progress the game. And towards the end of this match, you'll see how exactly that's going to work. Again, there's no need for me to fire. The T95 isn't going to spot me here, unless if he gets inside my proxy range there. If you see the little circle on the minimap, exactly where we're at. He's a little bit a ways from that yet, so we are totally fine. Only thing I have to be concerned about is if the BZ does drive directly into me. So I am going to keep an eye on him. If I do have to fire, I will end up killing the BZ, because the T95 is not a threat to me. He has his rear to me. The Patton tank, also not big of a threat, because this WZ can do a lot more. And I do decide that now is the time to take the shot. Very risky, but it does end up paying off, because the Patton also dies from our Hori, who does take him out. And now I'm just going to try to harass this T95, and I need to go south, because if I stay close to the T95, the Conqueror and the Death Star are both going to have shots on me. The T95 is aiming at me, and he does miss a shot, thankfully. So I'm going to try to very carefully just kind of harass him a little bit. I want to stay unspotted for as long as possible. I want to try to move around and see if I can spot the Conqueror, maybe see if I can even flank the T95, and maybe even see if I can get some extra spots here in the north, because we have not seen anything in the north for a little bit. We do end up spotting FE. FE thankfully doesn't end up spotting us, and good thing I came up north, because look at that. We have a little friend there. I aim like crap, so of course we're going to not do anything with that shot. I do have to be very careful here. That was a mistake there, was trying to turn around. And holding still right here was definitely probably a mistake as well. And the other thing I did wrong is get this close to him, because I am now spotted. And I could have saved that. This here is what allows me to lose my HP. As you see, took 2 shots there. Took a 3rd and 4th and 5th shot. And we are now down to just 1 shot until we end up dying. So again, that was my mistake there, was getting too close, getting a little too greedy there with trying to spot that AMX 30. So that was completely my fault. But at the moment, for the most part, other than that one mistake, our efforts have paid off. We've made 7,700 spotting and have over 1,000 damage. Not too shabby at all. So because trying to peek that was obviously a terrible idea, puts me into a crossfire, I'm going to try to flank around and help my team that way. I should be safe here from FE and Centurion. They shouldn't be able to spot me. The only tank that really I should be concerned about right now, of course, is the Sturv. And because, of course, he has very good camo and decent view range. So I'm going to try to get behind this bush, because if I fire, FE won't spot me. And I can freely fire. We do put a beautiful HE shot into him. And I'm going to try to keep him lit for as long as possible, so I'm going to go back to where I am going to spot him. Unfortunately, I didn't get close enough just in time, but we do end up spotting him again. So I'm going to try to go behind the bush and fire, but no need. Our team has us covered. So I was going to take the shot here on the Centurion. Not worth it. I need to fully aim these shots as much as possible to be effective and to hopefully bring the win to this match. Thankfully, our Centurion does kill the Utas, which is huge for us because that is a dangerous tank with its autoloader. It could clip out one or even two of the tanks that we currently have. So now I'm just going to try to be a little bit of aggressive. I do still have to be careful because the Sturv is still alive. And to our knowledge, she is still full health. We do end up spotting the Centurion again. And, of course, my team is going to prevail this match. I'm going to try to get far away enough to at least be able to spot him. But also close enough to spot him, but also far enough to be able to shoot him without getting spotted. And we do, of course, hit the very easy blind shot. Very predictable. And now all we got to do is find the artillery and the Sturv. So I'm just going to be kind of aggressive here. Going to not drive in a straight line because I have a very bad habit of doing that. And of course, that's the reason I die. I am close enough to where the artillery can spot me, so I want to try to avoid that. I'm going to put a shot into him. And we are safe, so we know the Sturv isn't at least anywhere at this position where he can't spot me. And so he was last spotted on the hill. And so my worst fear is that he's come back down here into the south where all these bushes are. It's going to be very hard to dig him out. If he kills me, he's pretty much going to win this. If he was smart, he pretty much could have won this very, very easily. But because we haven't seen him for a while, it is safe to assume that he's either in the north or he has gone A-line. And as it turns out, we will find him here very shortly. So I'm just trying to be careful, make sure he's not staying at A0, something like that, in that weird bush up there. So I was just seeing if I get spotted. Of course, I probably would have died if he was there. He would have most likely shot me there. So I have to approach this very carefully. I have the Leopard and Centurion. They can't really help me at the moment from where I'm at, unless if the Sturv is like right at the edge here. But other than that, I'm not going to be able to do anything. Again, just very gently peeking to see if he's up here on the hill, and he's not. So now I'm going to keep going forward. He's most likely now on the A line. And, do one more quick check up here just to make sure, because it's a Sturv. Very sneaky, very deadly tank destroyer. So I don't get spotted. And, yeah, he would have definitely killed me by now if he was up there. So now I'm going to go try and check A line and clear this out, make sure that he's not hiding somewhere at our base. And as it turns out, he's right there. How unlucky is that timing? Thankfully, he misses his shot, and of course, we're not going to do anything to him frontally. We'd have to load heat, and even then, we kind of only have a slight chance of penning him. So I'm going to try to stay behind the hill, just try to not drive in a straight line. We do end up spotting him again. He doesn't spot us, thankfully. Just going to try to hide behind these buildings and stuff and debris, and I'm going to try and get to this bush. That way, if he pushes up, we can shoot him, and my allies can hopefully shoot him. Unfortunately for me, they are capping, so I am going to lose a bit out on damage here. Unfortunately, he does get unspotted, and we do take a risky jump there, but we end up being safe. So I try to lift the Sturv again. Unfortunately, we don't see him, but hey, we do secure the win, ending up with 8.6k damage and 2200 assistance. And, of course, the results do speak for themselves. Of course, we do end up getting a lovely, lovely game here. We do end up securing the Mastery Badge. We get the Spotter Medal, and we've got Fire for Effect and Bruiser. And we do end up getting the Scout Medal as well for spotting a majority of the team, or keeping them spotted a majority. We do end up getting some light assistance, though, almost nearly 1,000. So we got about 800 something, so very nice. Ended up with 9.4k as spotting and 2,400 raw damage. So not a bad battle whatsoever. Very interesting to see the way that this turned out. Kind of midway towards the end there, I did not expect the win. So very, very happy about that. Our team, our two mediums were able to help us secure the win, and thanks to the Sturf player being a paid actor, it allows us to secure the win very, very easily. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this presentation. Let me know your comments about this video. And of course, share your thoughts on the EBR 105 and maybe something you think that I could have done differently to get to maximize my damage. Appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.